So we have three more questions.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to meet them. So if I understand you right, you said what
role do metaphors play in
leadership,
creativity and leaderships?
In leadership and in creativity.
Yeah.
Now, I needed to double check first before I say anything about the origin of the word metaphor. The word metaphor we hear, it comes from two different Greek words, meta and pherein. And meta means before, after, and in between. So it's an positional activity, observational, spatial activity, before or behind, in between. And pherein, where metaphor comes from, means to carry. So it is together, they mean to carry something across. To carry something forwards or backwards or in between. Yes. So it's a very, like the word poetry comes from poiein, and that means to fabricate, to make. That implies the hands. It does not imply the mind. It implies the manifestation, the doing. Not the thinking, but the actual making the thinking and the feeling become concrete in the doing.
Yeah.
And so, to answer your question, I have only one answer, one sentence. The person who stands in front of others has to be a metaphor himself or herself. A metaphor for positivity and courage, curiosity, a metaphor for open-mindedness, inclusion, tolerance, and a metaphor for self-discipline, a metaphor for hard work, a metaphor for humor. So it becomes a metaphor for all the good qualities that are the ingredients for the cake called the human being. If you want to make the cake called the human being, then you have to have these ingredients, and then that person, female or male, young or old, is by definition a metaphor, and that means invites others to have courage to be themselves and to differentiate between the things in them that are already ready to be used, the things in them that are still growing, the things in them that are still in the darkness, and they can't even see what they will be in the future. And so the leader must, by the nature of it all, be the biggest servant of the process. The leader has to be the last person, not the first person. The leader has to be both at the front and at the back.
But not in middle.
And in the middle, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Has to be everywhere. It's technically pretty much impossible because, but the leader in that particular area, in that particular field that contributes to daily life. If daily life is the ocean, then many rivers make this ocean. Many rivers. And all these rivers, they need flowing. And the different leaders and the different inspirations and inspirers, they need to be the water and the waves of that river and the embankment. And so a leader in the reinvention of finance, a leader in the reinvention of certain scientific processes or medical processes, they obviously need to live with the problem, with the challenge a long time, and become an expert as much as they can without forgetting that they mustn't become blinkered,
Yeah.
because everything is related to everything else, and
Yeah.
nobody can ever be finished with studying the issue.
Yeah.
But the leader has to become a metaphor, i.e. an example, a carrier across. Like now I'm sitting across from you. Across from you has to go the little donkeys of words
Yeah.
to
It's
carry,
kind of busy.
to create the meeting. And so the leader has to work on his or her creativity, that is playfulness and discipline in a paradox. It is both hard discipline, you see that exemplified in the 88 keys of the piano, 88. But from those 88 keys comes 7 oceans of music.
My God. That's good, huh?
Yes, that's good. That is astonishing. So from the restriction, from the limitation, comes the bigness. From smallness comes the bigness. And that must now quickly be maybe used, that statement, to point out to us here now that we ourselves, before we were born, we didn't fit into such a small body. We had the whole, we were larger than the universe. We had to contract to be in here like this. So, and we can't remember our past lives. We should not remember our past lives, because they would distract us. They would make us into librarians, into archivists, into archaeologists, into elephants of memory.
Yeah.
But we need to look for that which we don't know about ourselves. Not that which
Whatever happened.
happened before, because even the shape of our body is a document of the past.
Yeah.
It's a document of the past.
The full of experience, what you
It's the
felt, and
sculpture.
how
It's
your
the-
body changes
Yes, it's
accordingly.
the sculpture of the past. Because from incarnation to incarnation, the sculpture doesn't change that much. It goes, we are in it like a sculptor, slowly pushing it about.
Yeah.
But we are still very inexperienced. But anyway, the leader has to work all the time voluntarily, without payment, without applause, without ego, to determine where lies my enthusiasm, where lies my deepest passion, so I can cultivate that area into a tool that I can use to make light in my own life and bring light or
Someone
support to others, because we depend on one another to create all the ingredients
Yeah.
to make the cake of life.
Yes.
So one person, I keep saying, I have one question sometimes. What is the things that the living and the dead have in common? In my opinion, there's only 3 things that the living and the dead share and have in common. Every time, all the time, non-stop, have in common.
Only body.
Only 3 things.
What?
Yes, exactly. Both the living and the dead, they need to work on their power of concentration, on their ability to concentrate, to be clear, to have one mind in one place for as long as they want it in that place.
Oh.
And the second thing is they have to choose how many subjects, how many topics they want to be interested in to get good at.
Yeah.
If they have too many juggling balls, they will drop too many.
Yeah.
And those which they have will not become beautifully round. So, and the third topic they share together, in my opinion, is they share what they learn with others. So, three things: concentration, subject matter, and sharing.
Sharing.
And that is all we ever do, whether we are alive or dead. On the other side as well, we continue with the same thing. I'm personally sure about that. And one could say, oh, Fynn is just a poet imagining too much. It's too wild. All right, I accept that. But for me, it brings me the harmony of imagination that there is commonness in, and so being alive and being dead is not such a big issue. It's not such a big issue. Now I am here and I want to be here.
That's a big issue.
And that's a big issue. And because it needs to be understood where I am and how to be in it. But I have no fear of death whatsoever.
Oh.
No fear. Sometimes I have to, when I was younger, I had to tell myself to stop wanting to go again because I couldn't cope with the madness of daily life.
Yeah.
I thought I am living in a madhouse.
Yeah.
I'm living in a psychiatry.
Yeah.
All around the streets, the shops, everything is filled with people with white jackets. Only they are hiding them. And cameras observing everyone, cameras checking everyone, thought control, fear, and narrow-mindedness. And I had a big problem. I thought, oh, God, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. This is too mad. So I had to understand that was egotistical. Of me, egotistical. I wanted to not live in a tiny little song which was badly sung, but I wanted to go back to the symphony.
Yeah.
So now I am contributing to one single tone. And that's and I know that I'm in the symphony anyway. Because we are in everything. And that's why I say, as a poet, I say the fish is in the ocean. And the ocean is in the fish.
Yeah. It's like a one identity, the both.
Yes. And you can find that in the Bhagavad Gita, you can find that in the New Testament, you can find that in all the wisdom scripts, in different expression, in different metaphors.
That's interesting. Well, I have another question for you. What metaphors do people use to describe their lives?
My life is like a car crash, some people say in England.
Yeah.
My life is, my life is like living between a rock and a hard place. My life is like living in a well without water. My life is dark and dreary. I don't want to list the long list, but there are the children of this world. I'd rather go to the children of this world, and they won't understand this question when you ask that question.
Yeah.
They will look at you, and they will wonder whether you want to play with them, join into their playing, because before you ask a child such a question, when they were playing, they were self-forgetful. They were self-forgetful. So they were so into something that they didn't even remember they existed anymore. They were just there, doing. And this is what life is.
So living in present moment.
Living and true to yourself.
Experience it.
True to yourself. Not because somebody tells you what you must do and for how long you do this and then what you do
it's
then.
It's gonna be robotic life then.
Yes, yes.
What you gonna do?
Yes, indeed. You can tell your AI roboter to do that, but you yourself cannot because in the Declaration of Independence that I myself have, I only have 2 sentences. I tried to get like the American Declaration of Independence. I wanted many chapters, but I can't. I only found 2 so far. I want to be allowed to be as confused as I need to be for as long as I want to be. Nobody must judge me for my degree and my length of confusion. Clarity needs confusion first, and confusion needs courage to stay in it and not run from it. So you can't make light without confusion to make the process hot. And the second of my needs for the Declaration of Independence is that I want to be spontaneous and unpredictable without having to explain myself to anybody. So that needs to be socially responsibly used. I need to use it socially responsibly. I need to use it to myself responsibly. I can't do this and then not even know why I'm doing this next. But I need to be able to feel free to play, so that in the whole universe, in the 4 houses that I live in, house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, the universe, and house number 4, the imagination, I can, like a child, I can be in all 4 houses, more like water in a fountain that flows through the different tiers, because I can't be consciously not in all 4 at the same time, nearly impossible.
It's not possible.
Like a pianist who puts 4 fingers down on 4 different keys on the piano. Yes, a pianist can do that, to knowing which ones to play to create harmony or disharmony. But we can't push the body key, the house key, the universe key, and the imagination key all at the same time. We have to concentrate and focus, and then we have our limited amount of juggling balls and slowly make progress. So I personally, when you say this, the most famous line of a German poet that I love a lot, Friedrich Schiller. Friedrich Schiller says, and that is leaning against some old Greek saying, the human being is only a human being where we play, when we play, when we are playful. So
completely is up to us.
Yes, we need to protect our ability to remain playful. We need to protect that without becoming egotistical or egocentric or attention seekers who make others look at us and we don't even create anything beautiful, like a carrot that is made from plastic. Nobody can eat.
Oh, that's good. You have profound knowledge on it. One last question I have.
Oh dear, this one, I remember.
How can we nurture imagination in tech-driven world?
I know, Hariam, that is an issue, big issue. Look, again, my answer is something that comes from many years of thinking. There are various screens with which we operate. You are sitting there with your laptop and you have the keyboard.
Yeah.
So you have a screen and you have the keyboard in order to manipulate the images you want to see.
Yeah.
Okay, now I say first to you, I say this is screen number 3 in the hierarchy of screens.
Yeah.
Screen number 1 is what my eyes and my ears
Yeah.
see, and what my skin can touch, and what my feet can walk across, what my nostrils can smell,
Yeah.
what my sense of warmth, what my sense of sound can pick up, what my sense of thought can filter out of thoughts that fly around like fish in the oceans of thought. So that is screen number 1. That which my 12 senses, not 5 senses, which my 12 senses, some of which are switched on, others are switched off, presently are bringing to me. Then screen number 2 is my imagination. When I close my eyes, and there immediately comes screen number 2. And then this is screen number 3. And I am very, very worried that screen number 3 has pushed itself into first place.
Yeah.
And wants to dictate
To the screen
to the others too much. Because what you have there as a keyboard is here in the larynx, where all the sounds lie.
Yeah.
And all the words for the numbers, they come all out of here.
Yeah.
And the screen in strict conversation is my face. So you have the keyboard is here
Yeah.
and the screen is here. And so you are reading my screen
Yeah.
and I am playing on the keyboard. And you play on my keyboard as well with your questions. You push the buttons as well to trigger my flow of sound. So when you look at a building like the most important church of the Christian world, St. Peter in Rome, you see the architecture that that Michelangelo and others eventually came to. It's an interesting one. You have the broad staircase going up to the building. Then you have the building, and on top you have the dome. You have the dome, the big glass dome, and all around on the piazza, on the place, you have columns in 2 swinging rounds. And there, when you look at a human being, and you at the bust from here upwards, you see here, you see the columns, here you see the staircase, and here you see the building, and here you see the chakra, the top chakra, wide open to the heavens. So you see,
even Hindu religions believe in chakras as well.
So even when you look at a single person from the chest upwards, you see the image of the church St. Peter in Rome. You see the same image in architecture. You see when you look at I hold it. I'll just hold it for a moment.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
When you look at the face of a person, you see the keyboard here, and you see a biological, magical keyboard, and you see the screen here. And so we need to be careful, because in technocratic daily life or technological daily life, the balance between these screens is shifted. And there is a tyranny coming slowly and surely from screen number 3 to dominate the first two. And when I then see people with the virtual glasses, I then think they try to be in house number 4,
Yeah.
but house number 4, I fear, is largely torn off from the unity with the true houses 1, 2, and 3. And house number 4 is a pretend house, is a dangerous house that may not even be a house, but may only be the pretend
Yeah.
of a house.
It's gonna be decide that what gonna be happen.
Yes. So
The house number 4 is gonna be decided, huh?
yes. And so I personally am still very keen to work with technology only when I really need it. I don't play with it. I don't use it for entertainment much. I sometimes regret. Sorry,
It's
microphone.
okay. It's fine.
I sometimes regret that I don't have Facebook. I don't do social media. I don't do any of that because I want to still meet people face to face. I don't want a million friends who are following me.
Yeah.
I love my privacy. I don't want to be observed. I like the tree in the field. I want to be anonymous. Only the bird can land on my shoulder. But I don't want the attention of my neighbors. Or I don't want, at a poetry reading, when I do a poetry reading, I say to people, please afterwards, don't kill me with your applause.
Oh.
Don't. Just let's have a conversation afterwards.
In today's world, everyone is seeking for validation and attentions, but
No, it's the best, the truest person is the one who is not even observing themselves, but doing something interesting. And all the energy goes into the doing, not even observing. And afterwards, suddenly the surprise comes. You look and you think, wow,
yeah.
wow, look at this. Goodness. I write poems like this. Or they write themselves. And my best poems, I sometimes can't even understand them for a while.
What was your poem?
Or, for example, I had one poem, it's here. It took me some 3 or 5 years, I don't know, before I could understand the first line. Although I could understand.
You wrote it, but even you don't understand.
I couldn't understand the first line. I could understand many passages.
Oh.
Later, in the middle and towards the end, I could understand better. But the first line I couldn't understand.
Oh.
Now that the world is but the breathing thought upon my unborn ear, I smile and smile again. Now that the world is but a breathing thought, the whole world is but a breathing thought upon my unborn ear, I smile and smile again. I thought, what is this? Where am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
And then I realized I am talking from a place before I was born. I am talking from the place I came from before I came into this body.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that at the beginning. And then it says, for now the time is ripe to walk my blazing self over the rainbow to the other side. Over the rainbow to the other side, the blood in our house of gold, this distilled juice of lives and deaths, has opened all its eyes, and in their light lie diamonds, stars, and tongues so bold that human ears must harden on the anvil first to find their magic message sweet.
That's very profound.
And that came one day out of the blue. And the beginning, I couldn't at all understand until years later. Then I suddenly, because the end is when I'm going again, when I'm dying and I'm going back. And the middle is about daily life. And so that is, in a way, my most complete poem, in the sense of not yet being born, coming, being here, making my daily life work as good as I manage, and going again.
Amazing.
And that came. I did not know what was happening to me. The energy was suddenly coming. Very strong energy came from behind.
Okay.
And it came into my skin. I felt it. It came into my system, into my body system. And it was so strong that it hurt me. I had great pain. And I couldn't breathe. I had asphyxiation for a long time, it felt. Of course, it wasn't a long time, but it felt like a long time because the energy was so strong. But I was feeling that a very powerful being had just come, and I was asked to pay attention and take the words down. And so I said to the being, "Be quick, because you are too powerful for me. It hurts. You are really hurting me." And I wrote this long poem down. It didn't take more than 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And it just...
After that, it's gone.
Felt totally gone, and left me with my most important English poem.
Wow.
Yeah, well, then it's not a theoretical conversation about the biological world and the spiritual world. There was somebody who lives in house number 4 who just came to my house number 1.
And guide you, huh?
Yeah, and guided me for a moment. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that is, of course it is amazing, truly amazing, because it's a grace. It's a great grace, it's a great honor, and it's a mystery at the same time. And one cannot want to have it again, although it is so magical, because they decide for themselves. But I have to make sure that my daily life is an invitation. I need to live my daily life like an open invitation. So I must check my light and my darkness.
Yeah.
I must check it. I mustn't cut my darkness out. And I mustn't overemphasize my light. I must respect my confusion. I must respect my fear. And all that. Yes, I know. It's a lot. But don't forget, the key word is playfulness. Don't forget, the seriousness cannot be managed without playfulness. The seriousness of our conversation, the topic, and the themes, and things to come as well, cannot be managed and suffered and willingly accepted without inner playfulness. Impossible. So therefore I always say, somebody who wants to make sense has to be good at making nonsense.
Yeah. I saw many people.
Yeah, so, well, that may well be. I mean, look, the last thing maybe can be a little poem. I wrote that poem. It's a funny one. I was maybe 30 years of age. And I was going to bed. Wendy was already in bed. Topaz was born. Our daughter was maybe 2 months old. And we were living in a very tiny house and renting, and had no money whatsoever. Literally, sometimes not enough to buy the vegetables for the weekend. But we were happy. We were totally happy. That was not something that that really stopped us from being free and happy and rich. And I was brushing my teeth. My mouth was full of toothpaste, and the toothbrush was in my hand. I was already undressed, ready to go to bed. It was summertime, and the poem came, but only 3 lines. But they were so interesting that I left my mouth full of toothpaste because my notebook was downstairs. And I rushed downstairs and I looked ridiculous. I rushed downstairs because the poem was like this: nothing will change me. So let me change nothing, that nothing may change me.
My God.
Thinking that far, then I took over. The first lines came to me. And then I thought, my God, now I need to continue this. Thinking that far, I went to change nothing. And on returning, I found nothing had changed. Pleased to have worked so hard over nothing, I sat in my armchair, amazed how much nothing matters at all.
Amazing, huh? Amazing.
So that's the end. Full stop. Full stop. And inside the full stop is Leonardo's Vitruvian Man. And the Vitruvian Man is the human being in a circle, and inside the circle is the square. So the square and the circle and the star for the human being depict the unity of man, earth, and heaven.
No words, that's profound. This kind of inner guidance you got it, right? From your fourth house.
Yeah, from my 4th house. And I include my parents who are now passed in the 4th house. And 1 or 2 of my dearest friends have already passed into the 4th house. My own guides that I don't know, I feel, but I am equally guided by trees and by flowers, by stones, by crystals and by birds, by the water, by the wind, by the sun and the moon.
That's how observation works.
Yes. I learn from them all, like the butterfly, for example. The butterfly has guided me a lot in my life, because when the butterfly lies dead in front of you in the street or in the field, you can pick the little body up and you can put it on the wall for 50 years. And even the colors on the wings only slowly become pale. So the body stays together, doesn't decompose anymore.
Yeah.
And so that is only something that Yogananda experienced for so much time. And some very few people on this earth who have died, their bodies are still existing without being mummified, without being treated medically. They remain in this condition like the butterfly. But when you look at it, the butterfly starts with a little egg, a little sphere underneath a leaf, which then turns into a larva, and that turns into a caterpillar. And the caterpillar eats all the green of the plant or the garden up, and people are annoyed. And I keep thinking, and then it spins itself into a chrysalis. And then out of the chrysalis comes the butterfly. And so you have a metaphor of the highest order. You have the egg, which is the 0 in mathematics. You have the egg, you have the 0. Then you have the wave, slowly becoming ever bigger. Then you have so many waves that they eat the entire earth into a desert, namely most people who only eat and drink and sleep and want more. They are like caterpillars who don't want to go into the chrysalis. The chrysalis would be the beginning of reflecting upon what we have been speaking about.
Yeah.
That is the chrysalis, because inside the chrysalis the ego dissolves. And it biologically, when the biologist takes substance from the chrysalis in order to put it under the electron microscope to see what happened from the caterpillar, with the caterpillar, the substance in the chrysalis at its last stage is pure chaos. No more formations, no more patterns, no more biological patterns, just chaos. And that state of chaos is the beginning of cosmos, as the Greek words chaos and cosmos come together. Chaos is disorder and cosmos is order. And so the butterfly then is the fruit of chaos. And the chaos is self-created by spinning, and the moon is the thread, the silver thread, like the moon going round the earth,
My God.
round and round, all the time, spinning a cocoon around us. And so the butterfly tells us, first you live like an egg, then you learn to walk and to crawl, then you eat the whole earth empty, then you become like the moon with the thread, you integrate the moon inside yourself, and then you fly past the moon towards the sun and the stars. And all of space is in you, and some butterflies have even got eye patterns on their wings.
Oh, yes.
And they see the light that creates them. They see the light that creates them, and then the English language says, I am Mr. So-and-so. And the English language says, my eyes see nothing at the moment. My eye is blind. They use the same sound, I and I. So it's back to the beginning of our whole conversation. I cannot myself exist without the use of metaphor and imagination. Whether it is a single sound, whether it is a whole tree, and the key that's hiding in it, to turn open the sky and to turn open the earth when it turns, or whether it is the rose, when you have a yin-yang sign, which is as old as Socrates, about 100 years older, maybe 1 or 2 generations older than Socrates in Greece. It came into being in China. But everyone knows the yin-yang sign, this wonderful, simple sign of a black area with a white spot and a white area with a black spot. Perfect image of polarity and unity. But if you got to do more than this, you got to spin it slowly, more and more. Spin it slowly, then spin it faster and faster and faster and faster until you spin it with the speed of light. And suddenly the thing, for me at least, becomes a rose, a red rose.
Yeah.
It spins so fast, it becomes, and then you slow it down and down and down and down, it becomes an abstraction. And it becomes the yin and yang sign. That's
how imagination and metaphor work.
Yes. That's, at least for me.
I haven't think about it even before. We just see, but we haven't observed. But now, I got too much knowledge about it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Faye, for sharing information about metaphor and imagination. It's going to be helpful to
Very good.
viewers as well.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Now